Good day, viewers. So once again, welcome to my YouTube channel. Our usual, bring you the very best. Sultan of Sokoto has come out clearly to condemn the ongoing development that the American government should not come and pitch their tent in the southern east of Nigeria. That arrangements have been made for the Turkey government to send their specialists to come and help fight the terrorism. This is coming out from Sultan of Sokoto. Mr. Ralph, Sultan of Sokoto has spoken once again.
Yeah, Sultan of Sokoto is getting paranoid. He is an incurable disease, a disease that has gone beyond curable stage and developed into psychosomatic in the sense that it has defied medication. An incurable disease. So Sultan of Sokoto, a Fulani man that migrated from Sahel, Senegambia, Futajalo Highland, is now claiming Igbo land. That is madness. Sultan of Sokoto, it is the madness of the highest order. You are a wanderer, a nomad from Futajalo Island. You migrated into southeastern Nigeria and claiming Igbo land. Sultan of Sokoto, it is a psychophancy of highest order. You are an archaic man. You are supposed to be in the prehistoric age of this life, the time before the early man. Islamic ideology still remains the reason why Sultan of Sokoto is claiming all the oil well at Eket, Akwa Ibom State. As if that is not enough, Sultan of Sokoto is claiming Igbo land that America doesn't have right to pitch their military bases in the southeastern Nigeria. So Sadwana, you have right over Igbo land. Fulani men, they have gone mad though, to the level that they have declared war against Nigerians. And by the time Nigerians understand this, maybe we are all gentle now. Police is playing gentility. Bola Tinubu is handling Fulani issue with levity. The soldiers are handling, issue of the Fulani herdsmen, Fulani bandits with velvet glove. Nobody want to be serious against Fulani. Wait, by the time Fulani finishes with Nigeria, Nigeria will become a terrorist country. They will make sure they extinct all the Christians in this part of the world, and Nigeria will join the level in line with Turkey. Yeah. The speeches of countries like Turkey was a Christian country before. Listen, they systematically put Turkey to sword. Let me use that old word, sword. And Turkey fell before terrorism. The terrorists in Turkey, in Europe, the entire Turkey was Islamized by these pigs, Muslim pigs in Europe. Now, Fulani is systematically taking over Nigeria. They want to Islamize Nigeria. They come like water. Before you know it, Fulani will take over everywhere. Because that is what they know how to do. The Fulanis are bush nomads. They wander from bush to bush. That was how they migrated from Senegambia into this part of the world. And they have taken over the entire geography of North. The topography of North is subjected to this kind of, let me say, erosion. Eroded by the large numbers of, let me say, cattle rearing that has reduced to zero the bush fallows. The level of soil fertility in the north is gone. Why? Constant grazing is another particular species of erosion. Constant grazing. But most of us don't know. They think that you just rear cattle, think more than they could chew. Because of the Pan-Africanist head of state they have in Burkina Faso, who has at least, fought with everything within his disposal, the Fulani militia. And today, Burkina Faso is working. Look at this dirty Sultan of Sokoto religious pig. trying to demonstrate that Fulani is the owner of Igbo land. That is the madness of the highest order. America has every prerogative to pitch their military tent in the southeastern Nigeria as they like. Southern Nigeria, they must be there. And even in the mid-belt, to stop spreading of Islamic evangelism all over Nigeria. We can never succumb to Islam. I'm an Igbo man. A true Igbo man can never succumb to threat of Islam. We can never deviate from following Jesus Christ. We can never be on the side of chameleonic, games. Today you are Christian, tomorrow you are Muslim. Today you are Muslim, next tomorrow you become a traditional worshipper and native doctor. No, Igbo man can never succumb to Islam. It is not possible. And the Fulani, I hope they are receiving my message. We can never bow to Islam. Islamic ideology, no, never. We are all Judaists. Judaism gives birth to Christianity that has taken over the entire Igbo land today. And we are not relenting. Sultan Sokoto is expressing lunatic jingoism. He is a lunatic jingoist. He can never succeed. America, Israel are pitching their military tents in the southeastern Nigeria, and they have come to stay forever. Not even Sultan Sokoto. Who is Sultan Sokoto? Sultan Sokoto is for Southwest. He is the spiritual leader of all the terrorist group in Nigeria, if not in West Africa, and is entitled to do his best for them, not for Igbo man, because we can never allow such idiotic religious practices. We will never bow to Islam.
Well said, Mr. Ralph. Yeah, the same Sultan of Sokoto has come out to say that the Igbos shouldn't be afraid of anything, that they don't have that they're not planning to remove the Christians from Nigeria.
They are planning to remove Christianity from Nigeria. Sultan of Sokoto is using systematic, emotional tactics to deceive the Igbos, but he has come late. He cannot deceive us. Even our forefathers who were living in the bush during the era of Islamization of northern Nigeria, which ran from northeast, northwest, corner down to mid-belt, where Ottoman Dafodio was beheaded by Atta of Igala. Our forefathers that were living in the bush could not bow to Islam, let alone this modern world, computer age. Fulani man is trying to convince me about Islam, Arabic ideology. I will never, as Igbo man, bow to Islam. Igbo man will never bow to Islam. It is impossible. If there's another word for another word, impossible, it is. We can never succumb to Islam. It is impossible. We are the Igbos. We have religion of our forefathers that recognizes God of Abraham, Chineke Okike Abiama, the creator of heaven and earth, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Our forefathers worship him in their own ways. And this is our Lord Jesus Christ dispensation. His ways are right now embedded in all our hearts, every Igbo man. And that is what we are doing. We call upon the name of the Lord God Almighty in the name of Jesus. We can never bow to Muhammad or Allah. Fulani to go on with their Islam. We don't care. America must what? Pitch their military tents all over southeast, all over south, mid, north, if care is not taken. And there's nothing Sultan of Sokoto can do. He knows how to control Nigerian government, but he can't control Igbo land. Sultan of Sokoto, you are depicting religious madness, which is only, restricted to northern topography and geography. It can never come down to southeast, south. Yeah, the Biafra coastal line. We said no to Islam. We can never bow to cowardism. We are all Judaists. We can never succumb to threats of Islamization. Islamization under my foot. Sultan of Sokoto is depicting religious sycophancy, and it has gotten too much. He has taken too much of him. He has failed. We can never. Southeasterners, Igbo man, don't be afraid. We are not going to take Christian. Sadano Sokoto, that was how your forefathers have taken over the entire Hausa land. We read history, and you people remove history from Nigeria. What? Times table, university curriculum. We don't read history again in the tertiary institution. Fulani man is the reason why, so that Nigerians will know where Fulani migrated from. They remove history from our educational curriculum. The Fulani man, Minister of Education during Buhari administration, tried to remove Christian Bible knowledge from our educational curriculum. Imagine that kind of stupidity and idiocy. These Fulanis, they have taken too much in this country. The Fulani man is a deceiver. The Fulani man is a thorough deceiver, and it is high time the entire 83 states in Nigeria come out en masse to give them a chase back to Senegambia, Futa-Jalon Highland, where they come from.
Well said, Mr. Raf. Are you aware that 20 specialists have been sent to Turkey on a special training? Now, this is currently buzzing the internet. What would you have to say concerning this?
On special training to Turkey, that's well, orchestrated or championed by the government of the day under Tinubu administration. Tinubu that reasons like Buhari. We have no reason not to do that. He is almost Buhari, so that's why he sent them to Turkey. After training them in Turkey, where are they going? Southeastern Nigeria. Their graves will be scattered all over Igbo land. The God, Chineke Kabiame, will never allow them. They will meet the greatest resistance of their life. The training they want to go there, provided they are black skin, Igbo land will resist them. The red soil, sand of Anambra State could not allow them to leave that land. They will all unalive, disalive, and what? Demise. They will meet their Waterloo in Imo State, Enugu State, Anambra State, and Abia State. They will all become losers in Ebonyi State. See, let me tell you, we fought war in 1967 when actually we understand that the land called Africa was in a serious utter darkness. But this is a computer age, the .com world. If they come threatening in Igbo land, we know how to deal with them. Our youth resisted federal government of Nigeria since 2015 till date. Under Buhari, we resisted them. We resisted Tinubu administration. What more do you want us to do? I think they are all what? Playing or running Emily Post. Yeah, Emily Post. If they try it, they will all fail. See, training some specialists in Turkey is going to meet their what? Waterloo and the tremendous failure. They are going to fail. Igbo land still remain the best in Nigeria, if not the entire continent of Africa. And there's no two-way deny it. We are the one. And let me tell you, I warn again, Igbo man can never succumb to Islam. Every average Igbo man is a warrior, super warrior. We are there. We don't look for trouble. You don't need to trouble until trouble troubles you. Now that Nigeria has become a trouble to Igbo man, we are waiting. There's nothing, absolutely nothing Sadano Sokoto can do. Sultan Sokoto is just playing. He can never overcome Igbo land. With his entire jihadists, we are waiting. We are not afraid. When we could not fear them in 1967, we resisted Egypt, resisted Britain, resisted Chad, Niger, Russia, Fulani, all of them. We are going to do 300 times. Yeah, what we did. 60, 59, 58, 57 to 56 years ago. The war ended January 1970. And it was obvious that nobody was conquered. Nobody was defeated. No vanquished. No conqueror. Today, we are slipping into another pogrom, bloody one that will choke Nigeria. Let them come.
So finally, Mr. Ralph, Shegumi has come out to say that they should stop accusing the Fulanis of being kidnappers. That the Fulanis learned.
Sheikh Gumi is an apologist. 1, 2. Sheikh Gumi is sympathizing with terrorism. He is a troublemaker.
He said he's the popular Evans that taught the Fulanis.
I read it when he accused Evan, Onwa Madike, the popular kidnapper, that he was the one that taught Fulani how to kidnap. Fulani are jihadists. Fulani are terrorists. The Fulani are the bandits. They are in charge of ISWAP. ISWAP that migrated from Turkey. Fulanis are in charge. Evan was a criminal, a kidnapper criminal, actually right now in police nets. How many Fulani kidnappers are in nets? How many Fulani killers are in the nets of Nigerian police or DSS? None. Because Nigerian government is handling Fulani terrorism with velvet glove. Yeah, velvet with levity. See, let me tell you, it is an imperative right now that Sheikh Gumi should be arrested. It is one of the imperatives that federal government of Nigeria turned their back, ignore in recent time. A terrorist like Sheikh Gumi is free, threatening the corporate existence of this country for how many years now? Yet, Tinubu has not done anything. DSS has not done anything. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that was agitating for his rights, fundamental rights, self-determination, is jailed, thrown into jail by an ignoramus of law, a man that is far away from the knowledge of law, James Omotocho. See, it is Guinea a conspiracy, and we know the theory. Yeah, conspiracy theory that has incarcerated Mazi Nnamdi Kanu here today is on our pens. We know it. We don't need to be singing it over time and over time on social media. Yoruba has gone a long way to disappoint the Igbo man, and they are going to suffer it in the future. James Omotocho thought that he has sense. What happened to Obafemi Awolowo when he was jailed in Sokoto? Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe called him back into southeastern Nigeria so that they will not pie him. Yes, it is written down in history. Today, Kanu was released from Mid-Belt jail facility or prison of Abuja. A Yoruba man ordered him into the corner where he will be pied, killed. Imagine the Yoruba. They have gone a long way to disappoint the Igbos, and they think we don't have this thing upstairs. Time and history, providence will judge them. I'm telling you, Kanu must be out now before it is too late. Failure to bring him out, every canali that are into bringing him illegally, to Nigeria from Nairobi, Kenya, they will have themselves blamed. I'm telling you, Kanu was kidnapped by a kidnapped government under the supervision of Muhammad Buhari. We don't have any other word to spell it. Malami actually masterminded it because he was in charge of our judiciary industry, where laws, rules and regulation has been actually defaced, boggled, rough-handled, and treated with disdain. We don't have any legal system here, nor do we have justice. The court, as a hope of a common man, has been disappointed over time and over time. I can remember there was a time Kanu was released. That was during Buhari administration. Kanu was also released during this fallible administration. Yet, the court could not allow Kanu because Fulani man is in charge of courts. Because this present administration has actually, disappointed the court discontent, and actually bribe our judiciary industry into being like them at the office of Asorok. All the components of this current administration are evil, corrupt. Corruption is the common order of the day. The kind of love the Igbos have for Odumegu Ikemba, one of Igbo land. So what happened is that a woman is a woman, his wife is a woman, Bianca is not a man. A woman could do anything for love of money and image. In our present world today, image is everything. They actually turn their back on integrity and dignity. Even decency, I think, has been trashed into the bin, because I don't see the reason why Bianca Ono should not respond to what that filthy old man said after killing my uncles, my brothers, my sisters. My grandmother died, I think, 1969. It was when the war was even raging most. The same Gowon is talking nonsense about the Igbos, casting aspersion at Ojukwu. Gowon is suffering from old age. And I know when we all grow old, because of the region from where I come from, I will never behave like that. Because I hold on to God, and I know that my God will not disappoint me. Yakub Gowon, he actually committed the atrocity of 1967 to 1970. Man, 36 days, months. That is 3 calendar years. The Igbos were subjected to Kwachioko as he conspired with Awolowo to what? Carry out policy of food blockade. The Kwachioko Igbo children died in their large numbers. You see Igbo women breastfeeding, you will actually know that man, human beings that God has created, failure to eat food, you are nobody. Lots and lots of female skeletons were, discovered feeding their children, which prompted that America, in front of the United Nations Secretariat, he poured gasoline upon himself. He shouted, he is not a terrorist. He is dying out of pity, emotion, love. He said, look at what we are doing here, United Nations meeting, and look at this group of people facing extinction. He ignited the march, and that actually silenced once alive an emotional human being that has love for his fellow human. The guy died. They molded him there. He died a martyr death, martyrdom for the Igbo man. Now Gowon is talking nonsense with all his rotten teeth. I'm telling you, Bim Ojukwu, if his spirit is strong, he's the one that will judge his wife. I'm telling you the truth. If Bim Ojukwu's spirit, Ikemba of Newi, spirit is strong, he is the one that could judge Bianca, his wife. Bianca is not doing well at all.
Well said, Mr. Raf. As usual, you've also done justice to the analysis. Now, Sheugumi, I don't know if you're aware, has come out to tell the federal government that they should include the terrorists in budgets. That because they are not included in the budget and not giving them money, that is why they are kidnapping and raising money to sustain themselves. This is coming out from Sheugumi. Mr. Raf, Sheugumi has made a statement.
Thank you so much. Over time, he actually crawls out from his hiding, slums to actually give this kind of rubbish as interview to press. He said it last year. He's still saying it now. And if you look at Sheugumi, you'll actually understand that he is one kind, dangerous, a species of terrorists that has been working seriously on the brains of the current constituent, administration. He's working on their brain. What I mean is he is psyching them. Because I've not seen someone that made this statement and still waka free. They waka anywhere where they want. Tinubu no talk. Bayo Ononuga no talk. Dela Lake no talk. IJO police no talk. The Redeem pastor made DSS Director General no talk. The so-called NSA to Tinubu no Ewu Hausa Rebadu no talk. They allow a terrorist. He is being part of this administration.